Hello, Capricorn. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and today we're using the Urban Crow Oracle deck to give you a message from your future self. I have set the intention of this reading to be for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then come back here and watch the reading of your choosing. Also keep in mind, Capricorn, that this is a collective general reading. That means it's not individualized and it is not personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Capricorn's future self have for Capricorn today? What does future you want to tell you today, Capricorn? Messages for Capricorn from their future self. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your message today, communication, card number 9. At the bottom of the deck, you have bond, card number 6. So I will read from the Oracle guidebook here to give you your message, as this is part of your message from your future self, and then we will dive into tarot to get a clearer meaning. Communication. When I lived in my 3rd floor apartment, one of my neighborhood crows would often come calling on my balcony in the morning. This was before we adopted our pup, Layla, who took up chasing the crows away. There was one crow in particular that stood out that my daughter and I eventually named Brave One, because he or she would go right up to our sliding glass door and rap-a-tap-tap impatiently with its beak. This delightfully persistent bird was looking for a handout. Communication brings the message to speak up and state what you want. You may think those around you know your needs and desires, but that may not be the case. Now is the time to articulate your wishes. Communication asks that you get clear on what you want so that there will be no misunderstanding or confusion later. Although communication may point to a situation on an earthly level, it may also indicate that you need to be clearer with what you want when communicating with your spirit guides or your higher self. Are you being too vague? Are you asking for what you want exactly? That's card number 9. Your next card is card number 6, bond. Aside from a few casual swingers, generally male, crows and ravens mate for life. Bond represents a karmic relationship, a connection that goes beyond our everyday existence. Whether it is a relationship to a person, a career, a place, or a hobby, this soul-level connection is deep and strong. You can feel it course within your veins. Bond creates an energy that pulls you closer to where you need to be, and it will tug back when you get too far away. When you draw the bond card, use this as an opportunity to focus on areas of your life that feel deeply connected, because it is here that you find your strength to push forward or conjure the enthusiasm needed to reach your goals. I feel like your message today, Capricorn, is that when reflecting on connections in your life, these individuals, whether they're professional, platonic, meaning with friends or family, or maybe even your neighbors, and even romantic partners, I feel like it's important for you to refine your communication. And I don't mean that you're not speaking well or using the proper language. What I mean is refine your communication so that you're stating exactly what you want from the beginning, from that particular individual, whoever they are. It's almost like setting your intentions verbally at the onset of a relationship or at the onset of a need within a relationship, so that there's no room for error or misjudgment later on. Definitely appears to be a reoccurring theme here for my Capricorn collective, but let's dive into tarot now for you. Tell me more about communication and bond for the Capricorn collective from their future self. What other message do you have for Capricorn? For Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your first card out is the Star card, followed by the Four of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Cups. That's interesting how the communication card, Six of Swords, which is attributed to Aquarius, that's fixed, a fixed air sign, can move you from being Four of Cups in your connections, in your bonds, to Three of Cups. Okay, let's keep going. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, to the Three of Wands, to the Eight of Cups. That leaves the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Page of Swords here, to King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Tell me about the Star card here. Tell me about the Star card here. The World card fell out of the deck. Tell me more about the Star card. Thank you. Six of Cups, your bonds, your soulmate soul bond connections, and your Page of Cups. Okay, I'm going to clarify a couple more, and then we'll dive into your message. Tell me about that Four of Cups here for Capricorn. One more shuffle. Thank you. You then have the Six of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. I need one more on that Four of Cups, please. Thank you. Got two more, but I'll take them. The High Priestess and the Eight of Wands. Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? The Three of Cups is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Can I have 3 cards for that Three of Wands? 3 cards for that Three of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Three of Wands is clarified by 10 of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And tell me about that Eight of Cups. Tell me about that Eight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Cups is clarified by Justice, Queen of Wands, and the Hermit. Bottom of the deck is Judgment, 10 of Cups, Seven of Swords to the Sun. Capricorn, I feel like you have someone here in your life. Now, for some of you, this could be like multiple people, like within the constructs of friend group or a group of individuals you collaborate with on a work level. It very well could be within the construct of a family. And for others of you, it's in terms of a romantic partner. So because it's a collective general reading, I want you to take this message how it resonates to you. I feel like you have been trying to heal a connection with, I'm just going to say individual, but remember, if it's plural for you, take it as plural. I feel like you have been trying to heal and alchemize and perfect and balance a connection between you and another individual. And I think that it's been difficult for you to do this, but you really value the bond that you have with this individual. Your future self is telling you that an important lesson that you learned is that when you were attempting to alchemize this relationship, when you're trying to bring it together, trying to get things to flow, there was a disconnect. The reason why there was a disconnect, and if you notice in your deck, the water is not flowing from picture to picture, as we see in most tarot decks that depict the Temperance card, because this is Archangel Michael, right? I feel like you were having an issue. There was a break here. And I think your lesson, or at least what your future self is trying to tell you, you can't be the only one alchemizing in a relationship. You can't be the only one always trying to make things work. And I feel like in this Page of Cups that this is you, or should be you. Your future self is telling you at this time that if you really want to further the connection with this individual, it is important, like really important, that you express to this individual that you need their help or their assistance in alchemizing this connection with you, that it's not something you can continue to do alone, because you've tried doing that and you've learned from the past with that world card that no matter how much you value the connection, you alchemizing it on your own does not make it flow together, one individual into the other, one soul into the other. And so your future self is telling you that you need to address this with this person or these people. In your addressment of this, it's important for you to convey how daunting, I heard the word daunting, it is for you to continually try to fix or carry this connection. I feel like the emotional weight of the connection has been on you, on your back, on your heart for quite some time. And you are continually looking at these 3 cups, just wondering why they're not filled yet because you're really giving it your all. And it's important for you to tell this individual or these people that they need to provide assistance. Again, they need to fill your cup. They need to help alchemize the connection. And I feel like you have to be very honest and truthful in this communication, that not only has it been difficult for you to do it alone up until this point, but that if they don't contribute, you are willing to walk away. And I think you need to be very firm and very resolute in that. Your future self is telling you to not make it come across as an ultimatum because we're dealing in cups, not swords. So it needs to be very loving to express the weight of the connection and how this individual needs to help you bring balance to it. Otherwise, it's not something that you can continue to do on your own. 6 of Pentacles. This individual needs to give equally to the connection the way that you do. In Pentacle energy is real. It elevates it from just the emotion. So while their expression of emotion might be something that you want and need and desire, and you seem here, or at least your future self is telling you, you need to converse to them that you want the emotional reciprocation. It's also important that you also express your desire for pentacle reciprocation. Pentacles meaning equal time, equal love, equal future planning. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of planning. It is the fourth slowest knight in the deck. However, it is the most methodical. This is high vibing Virgo energy. We are currently in Virgo season. So as you're expressing to this person that you need reciprocity in matters of the heart and verbal expression of love, you also need a plan about the ongoing contributions that this individual intends on making to the connection with you. High vibing Virgo energy is all about creating a system, a plan, and a strategy. I feel like you need to really give a lot of contemplation. That's what your future self is telling you. It's almost like you need to create a plan and then in the 8 of Wands present it to this person. So what does your future self mean by this? I'll give you this example that I'm hearing or I am being given. I really value this bond, this soulmate connection between us. And because of the high value that I put on this bond, I have over contributed my time and my heart space to this connection. And I did so willingly. But regardless of how much I try to bring us together or get us on the same page or have us ebb and flow with ease in order to move forward, I always felt that it was a struggle. There was always a break here in our connection. And it's dawned on me that that break in the connection is because my cup is always empty. There's no emotional reciprocation from you. And so the first thing I'm asking of you is emotional reciprocation. The next thing is I'm asking for us to come together to create a plan, a path forward, one that like defines or details how other types of reciprocation will occur in this connection, whether that is the sharing of expenses or the sharing of time or literally the creation of long-term goals. I feel like you need to have this all sort of planned out or written out. And so when you sit down, you can read this to this person. I feel like this needs to be like documented, so you don't miss a step here. Because I feel like you need to say like, I need this by this day, or we need to do this by this time period. I feel like it needs to be specific. When I read tarot, I look at what's on the table and what's not on the table. And what's not on the table presently in this portion of the reading are the swords. So I feel like that's where your creative mind needs to come into play. And Even though we have Virgo on the table, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And that's why I feel like it's important for you to communicate this down on paper, but then also in that Eight of Wands, communicate it to this individual. Six of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. This is almost where we get a little ultimatum-ish without getting ultimatum-ish. This is the, I'm expecting this cup from you, and I'm expecting you to invest in this way. And if you don't, despite my fears or my reservations, I will be willing to move on from this connection. I feel like this individual has taken you for granted, and your future self is saying that this behavior from this person or these people will continue if you don't sort of put them on notice in a very firm yet loving way. Next, we have the Three of Cups, which is a cause for celebration. I feel like it's important for you to end this letter or this speech or whatever it is that you're giving to this person. Your deep desire to have the Three of Cups with them. This is union. This is coming together. This is shared times. This is making fun, everlasting memories with them. However, you will be willing to walk away, as much as it may pain you, Five of Cups to the Five of Wands, if there continues to be discord in this connection as a result of their lack of reciprocity or their lack of creating a plan with you or sticking to a plan with you. And your future self is telling you it's very important. Now we see our first sword card, that you put all of this together. And despite those doubts and fears, that you put this on paper and communicate this to this individual. I feel like this individual or individuals is represented here in tarot by the King of Cups. They don't have to be a water sign and they don't have to be a masculine, but it is someone, or again, a group of people that you hold a lot of love for. I feel like once you have this conversation with this individual, it's important for you to refocus your attention in other areas of your life. It's almost like you need to give this person time to digest what was said. So turning your focus to the Ten of Pentacles, responsibilities, your finances, your own health, your future plans and goals, other skills you want to learn. I just feel like this is signifying the other things that you need to, once you speak this truth, you need to focus on. So you're not sitting there biting your nails, waiting for the response. Because the Two of Swords here indicates that you don't know what their response will be once you actually voice this. And that's why it's important that you occupy yourself with other things that are healthy and enriching for you. The response you want will be coming in this Knight of Swords energy. I feel like this individual does not want you to walk away from them or to walk out of their life in the Eight of Cups here. This person does appear after a period of contemplation and sort of being left alone to digest all of this, will come to the conclusion in Libra season that they do want to advance this path or plan forward with you. It's important that while you are in this Queen of Wands energy of now feeling very enthusiastic and fired up because the two of you are working on this path or bringing this friendship together or strengthening this bond, whomever this is, it's important that Virgo energy, you don't forget the plan, that you don't get lost in the celebration that this person came back in sword energy and told you the words that they know you wanted to hear or needed to hear. It's important that you sit, look how the Queen of Wands is sitting and now waiting to actually see action. So the Virgo energy is saying that Hermit to that Queen of Wands, whether you're masculine or feminine, it's important that after this person verbally comes back with agreement, it's important that you observe what they do next. So you can make a judgment call about whether or not this connection is truly moving towards Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment for you, or whether this individual is Seven of Swording you and just telling you the words that they think you want to hear. It's really important because in your observation of their behavior, you will have enlightenment about whether or not you want to nurture this connection or not. So your future self is telling you to have the conversation, express exactly what it is that you want with some sort of plan or deadlines or something like that. Then give this person the room they need to breathe, possibly up to 1 week, to consider. Actually, I have 3 weeks here. I'm sorry. I have 2 swords and the 2 of swords and 1 sword in the knight, which is the response. So it's possible this person may need up to 2 weeks to think about it. And then like in 3rd week, we'll come back with a response. It's important that you give this person that time to do that and that you focus on other things. So in that space and time where maybe you're still talking to them, but they're not addressing this one issue, that you're not going stir crazy. So you're focused on other things. Once they do come back and tell you what you want to hear or what they think you want to hear, it's important that you observe them. Okay. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. I really like this message for you today. I think it really centers around that communication wound that the Capricorn collective has had for quite some time. And I think it's a good way for you to strengthen this bond, strengthen your communication skills within this bond, but then also will help you with your observation skills when it comes to making sure that this person is now physically showing up and doing whatever it is here. These, I hate to call them demands, but demands of what you want or need from them. And it's important that you observe. Let's get you 3 cards here of advice for Capricorn, and we will close out your reading. Pretty good message here for you, Capricorn. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice: 4 of Swords, the Empress, and the 7 of Wands, bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. It's important that this person that you have a lot of love for, that you observe them so they actually show up investing in the connection. Otherwise, those words will turn into the 10 of Swords and you will feel blindsided and backstabbed. So 4 of Swords being a card of healing and a card of communication. So it's really important that you heal this communication wound, that you rise up as the Emperor or Empress that you are, state exactly what it is that you want. And again, without making it sounding too demanding, but expressing exactly what it is that you need and expect from this individual, and then holding firm on that boundary to make sure that they don't cross it and that they follow through. It's important that this person begin to invest in the connection the way you have. At the bottom of the deck before, I don't know if you saw it, we had the Queen of Pentacles. So it's important that this person equally invest in the connection at the same rates and at the same expense that you do: time, love, money, future planning, etc., etc. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. It actually is a lovely message, and I think that as long as you hold firm to it, you get what you want, is the feeling that I get here. But this connection or connections was meant to teach you how to speak your truth in a loving way, and then to hold firm to that boundary and to hold that other individual accountable, even if accountability means you risk walking away from the connection to maintain your integrity about your wants and your needs. That is what I have for you at this time. If you like this message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.